So I just got back from Portland, Oregon, and it's kind of weird how friendly the Uber drivers are. Like, in New York City, you do not talk to your Uber.
David, I'm looking at the time, and look at the time. I'm looking at the time, and it's the Chainsaw Minute.
It looks like the Take Devil strikes again.
Yeah.
I'm David, and this is your dose of Chainsaw Man. You can join us every Friday where we see what masterpiece Fujimoto put out.
The Take Devil is just not leaving us alone today.
Or you can even find these episodes up to 3 days early on our Patreon. All you have to do is make a free account.
I'm Jordan, and if you're looking for regular Shonen flop goodness, you can find our next episode, which is our first thoughts on Kyokuto Necromance, this Monday.
Yeah!
On the Shonen Flop feed.
Jordan, was it a bad necromance?
I'm not going to say it wasn't.
These
Oh, me too. I just was curious whether or not I should spoil the episode for the listener.
Oh, that's a little bonus to our Chainsaw Minute listeners. And on that note, these recordings are open to everyone to listen and chat along with us on the Shonen Flop Discord every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out. Find a link to it in our show notes or on our site. Just a heads up, no chapter next week. Big sad.
No!
Jordan, what was your devil this week?
Oh boy. The root canal devil, David. I got a root canal last week.
Oh man, the root canal devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah.
He was gonna fill himself some time. Oh,
yeah. It wasn't fun. I mean, it could have been worse, I suppose. But while the tooth is obviously sensitive, I'm not getting the migraines anymore. So clearly, that was the right move.
I'm glad it helped. I've had a root canal, so I feel you.
Yeah.
And mine is also a bodily injury. I had the forearm devil. I overtrained at the gym. Then I went bowling the next day, and that fucked my arm up.
Damn.
Yeah, it was rough.
I'm so sorry.
I also didn't bowl very well, so it wasn't even worth it. I got like a 108.
Well, maybe that was your punishment.
You're right.
Do better.
I will try, Jordan. But enough about that. Let's hear the plot summary for
Chapter 180, Aging's World! The aging devil stopped Yoru's thingy in its tracks, Dave.
Thingy.
Yeah, it points at her and shouts, bang, sending her and Aza to a pocket dimension along with Denji, who's asleep. She tries to shoot him, but nothing happens, David. Popcorn David.
Yoru and Asa run into a guy in his underwear, and I definitely think Fujimoto's original draft just had him showing dong. He says that he's been trapped here for 82 years, which makes him the youngest of anyone in there. He says that one person managed to escape, but before saying how, he stops to begin his daily ritual of clinging to a tree and screaming, where did they get my itinerary from?
I've been there, David. I think we can all relate to that.
So, Jordan, why was this week's chapter a 10 out of 10?
Oh, man. I love that guy. I love how he's just screaming. I relate heavily.
Much like a cicada.
Yeah. It's been really interesting to just see Yoru have, like, this collapse.
Yeah.
Like, she's a devil. She's one of the four horsemen.
Yeah, she's up there, and it's interesting how she's really hit her girl failure stride in this current arc.
Yeah.
I just love the talk of Bang Bang, though. It reminds me of Bang Install. That's a BlazBlue reference for everyone who's played that. And I just remember that game had a soundtrack which damaged my phone's speakers because the bass was too intense.
Bang bang, da 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 bang bang,
into your Oh my god. As you can tell, listeners, this was a weird chapter to talk about. It's just them meeting a naked guy who starts screaming. I do think it seems like this gave us a little bit of lore. I don't know if it's been established devil hunters are that old where they've been at least in service for hundreds of years.
I don't think that's what's happening.
What do you mean? He was a devil hunter from at least 82 years ago.
No, I think that world warps time because David, he has modern underwear, basically.
You're right.
Especially considering the fact that if it was real time, I think he would be like covered in hair. I don't know. I just really don't think it was actually 82 years ago.
That's true. You're right. Also, the next chapter kind of confirms that, so I'm just a silly Billy. I don't know why I said that. Once again, the no chainsaw lore devil strikes. Oh, yeah, so I was also thinking, so he calls her Rasuko, which means child, and I was wondering, what if the only piece of media that survived in this land is a copy of Evangelion?
I was just thinking that. Like, wait a minute. Oh my god. Ritsuko's name in that show is Child?
I wish that we didn't already read the next chapter and ask maybe he calls her Asa in the next chapter.
What does he call her again? Fuck.
No spoilers, Jordan. What if someone listens and reads it, listens and then reads the next chapter? So you'll have to wait.
That's true. I'm sorry, listener. I didn't mean to do that.
Yep.
I have done similar things to that, okay? So that's fair.
Yeah. And then, Jordan, who's your bet? Do you think we've already seen the character that escaped?
Who would it be if we did?
I really like the idea that it's Yoshida.
That makes sense.
He's very wise for his age, and it's like weird how he's able to be a devil hunter and a high schooler so effectively.
That would make sense, honestly. I would buy that.
Yeah, people thought that what if Kashibe was Yoshida's dad, but what if it's the other way around? And there's some timey-wimey bullshit.
I think that Yoshida makes sense. I mean, there's some kind of foreshadowing there.
Yeah.
It is kind of like, why would you say this if it doesn't mean anything?
See, it would have been foreskinning, but fucking Fujimoto's editor was a coward and didn't let him show dong in this chapter.
Damn, if only.
Yeah, and on that note, go crazy. Don't mind if I do. What a great episode of The Simpsons that was.
Yeah, I saw that one.
God. Not going to be the first Simpsons reference I make in our recordings tonight.
Okay.
Also, one thing is, I think it is supposed to be a cicada reference, but it is a shame 82 years isn't divisible by any interesting numbers, because if that was... Cicadas are like every 18 years, right?
Why do you think it was a cicada reference?
Because he literally stands on a tree and starts screaming. That's what cicadas do.
I guess so. I mean, like, maybe. Makes sense. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
Listen, I'm just spitballing.
Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on this chapter?
Perhaps. Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Wait. Maybe. Funke.
Okay.
Because I watched Arrested Development.
I was going to say that was the rest of the... I actually had a meeting today where someone started playing the song that Abed sings in the Halloween episode. And I was the only one who got that reference. And I was like, wait, is this the song that Abed hums during their storytelling episode? And he's like, yeah, my man.
I did not get that reference. What song is it?
It's like some instrumental music jazz song.
Oh, cool.
All right, we need to stop talking about this chapter. This chapter is a black hole of conversation. Let's get into the next one.
Chapter 181, Trees on the Mind. Asa and Yoru are walking through the aging devil's pocket dimension, wondering what to do. Asa thinks she could try and do the thing with the Eternity Devil and perceive herself as owning the place, but Yoru fails to shoot themselves in the head to prove that, hey, our powers don't work here. Yoru begins falling apart, devastated that she can't stop aging. Like, she's having a full-blown, like, nervous fucking breakdown because, like, the aging devil is stronger than her. She bangs her fist against a tree, David, to discover that it's a person, David, which understandably freaks her out, David, Popcorn David.
If a tree person falls in the forest, do they make a sound?
That is a good question. Hasn't been answered yet.
I know, but it has been answered that they run and meet the guy in his underwear from last chapter who says that if you're here for 1,000 years, you turn into a tree, and then when the tree rots away, you'll eventually return to your body in the real world. Yoru collapses in front of Dennis and starts beating him. It's not so much collapse as she trips over him because she's just a silly girl failure.
Yeah.
And then she starts beating him, screaming that it's his fault, like a silly girl failure.
It's so funny. Yeah, wonderful.
Denji wakes up and starts crying because he agrees and that he deserves this. Yoru tells him to stop crying and prepares to hit him, but ends up kissing him instead. Enter the Smooch Devil.
Oh god, that's a strong devil. That's a powerful devil, yeah.
Strongest devil.
Yeah. I think it really is interesting. It seems like Yoru is getting, like, these emotions really fucked up in her head, like, and confused. It's almost like she doesn't know what to do with, like, the emotions that she's getting from Asa. It's like she wants to kill him, but, like, also, like, she wants this sense of companionship and this closeness because she's lost and confused and lonely. Meanwhile, Dennis is just like, he doesn't want any of this. He wants to just dissociate for 1,000 years, which I understand. But
yeah,
that last page is like very powerful where she's like kissing him and she's sobbing and he's sobbing, but like his mouth is just completely like closed, where it's like she's kissing him, but he's not kissing her. And it's like, it says a lot. It's a very well done last page.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a really strong chapter, way stronger than the last one. The art also was much better, some very nice cross-hatching on the trees, people look on model. It's just, this is a very well done chapter, even if it's not a very eventful chapter.
I agree. Also, like, we get more of Denji. Like, this is the first time we've seen him as Denji in a few chapters, He's been Pochita, he's been Chainsaw Man, like, fully.
Yeah, I mean, he was missing for the first 10 chapters of the series.
That's true.
When Denji's not on screen, no one cares, which is very fitting.
I care! He's my son.
Oh, man. And I love how it seems like Yoru is now literally falling for Denji.
No, nuh-uh.
Yes.
No, I hate that. No.
It's like poetry. It's rhymes.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. And then to get into the nicknames again, Yoru is called Sane, which means young plant, seedling, or sand. It's also a Tohu character, which it is Fujimoto, so maybe that's not a coincidence. But I do wonder what his next nickname for her will be.
I don't know. Maybe like old person calls her like Ji-chan, Ji-san. I don't know. I don't know. You won't be able to tell me that I'm wrong until the next chapter drops. So yeah, whatever. You don't judge me.
Yeah, and then it's just like, man, this really shows the deconstruction. Like, I guess that's the point of the Aging Devil is he wants Dennis to deconstruct who he is, but I feel like we keep seeing that in every single arc of Chainsaw Man, is how do we just kick Denji while he's down and make him hate himself?
Yeah, no, there needs to be like some kind of change here where Denji starts to kind of turn around. Like I feel like Yoru and Denji and Aza and stuff have to like connect and form this three-way relationship. Like, but also like, part of me thinks that they're gonna stay there for like, maybe not 1,000 years, but like, maybe like at least one. I don't know. I think they're gonna stay there for a while.
Maybe they stay for 1,000 years and Dennis just has a beard.
I could absolutely see them staying for 1,000 years.
And neither of them change.
Yeah, well, that's the point, kind of. Like, maybe mentally, maybe they go insane. I don't know. And then they have, like, a full relationship.
Don't mind if I do.
Yeah! They have, like, a full relationship and stuff, and then they come out being sick of each other.
Yeah, I think that was one of the plot points of Invincible when that happens.
Is it?
I won't say any more than that. So, I also want to say, you know who else has got trees on the mind? Not me. I'm sober, just like God intended.
Yeah. Definitely.
That's a sign I don't have anything else to talk about. Do you, Jordan?
No, not really. Other than I'm excited for next chapter, which is not next week, sadly. I wanted to cry when I saw that. No.
Right?
No, I need to know what's happening next. I need to know.
And I need to know that. Jordan, thank you so much for being a great co-host.
Thank you so much for your work that you do on the show, David.
You can find us on Twitter at ShonenFlopcast, Tumblr Shonen-Flop, and our website ShonenFlop.com. We're also on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever else you get your podcast. Props to Shannon for the awesome cover art. Find her online at illuminyatea. As a reminder, you can join us every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern when there's a new chapter out, and there is none next week. Big sad. Find a link to it in the show notes or on our site. And stay tuned for Monday as we give our first thoughts on Necromance this Monday.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And you can find it on the Shonen Flop feed. And what if, Jordan, while they're here, you know who they stumble across, even though that doesn't make sense, given that that guy said he was the youngest guy here?
Anyway, David, I'm looking at the time and the Chainsaw Minute has passed by.
Bye.